Yeah, this is Adeniji Dowu. I'm broadcasting on Restoration Nigeria, and it's a Saturday morning. It's about 20 minutes before 5 a.m. our time here. I want to welcome you to the dawn of a glorious day. This moment, I'll be talking on Nigeria 2019 politics and Sowore. I hope I won't spend so much time here today, but quickly go to my points. Why do we really need Sowore as the president of Nigeria come February or come in this 2019? There are so many reasons why it's the choice that Nigeria need to make right now in order for Nigeria to be relevant. Again, foremost as giant, the true giant of Africa, and to be the voice of the black nations all over the world. Yeah, the truth is this. Omoyele Sowore is very, very knowledgeable about government as far as I'm concerned because there is no way you will be actively involved in um, politic, political activism without being knowledgeable about it. That's one. Number two, Omoyele Sowore is very, very original and very, very compassionate. And a man is compassionate, his love for what he has compassion for will drive him to any length to make sure that he does the best right from his heart. So there is no politicking about being who you are. People who try to politic or mimic or just copy the originals, they don't go too far before you know them. And that's why it's very easy for anybody to make campaign policies, campaign promises, and just a few of them can really discharge. Why? Because it's not from their heart. It's just what they want to emulate or just give people promises, and before too long, you see they're not able to do it. As we have seen it happen in 2015, when the president of the country came up with different kinds of promises. And because it's not in their nature, it's not their natural person, it is impossible for them to discharge or to fulfill these promises, even when most of us believe that Buhari had good intention of fighting politics, but because of the people he tainted with, he's put in his tent with, it becomes very realistic that he's not able to do much. And of course, he said it himself that the age is not on his side. And the wife made us also understand that the government of of her husband, is incapable of doing much because of some two um, people. We have seen the transportation minister of Buhari telling us that the man does not even listen to people. So it's not about them, though. When we're talking about politics, we need to get that clear. It's not about the politicians. Politics is not about the politicians. Okay? Politics is about the people that the politicians are representing. Honestly, that is what politics is. We need to get that clear, especially the church need to understand that when we are talking about politics, we are not talking about the politicians. We are talking about the church itself. Young women in Nigeria need to understand that when we are talking about politics or even politicians, we are not talking about them, but about you. Because whatever thing they do or that they don't do will affect you, that it affects them. If they, for example, they take the money they're supposed to use to make amenities available, who suffers it? It is you, not even them, not their children, because they don't even need those things to start with. Maybe if they're supposed to build hospital and they see the money, when they are sick, where do they go? They go overseas. Then you that cannot go overseas, you suffer the consequence. So that is why you need to know that politics is not about the politicians, it's about you. And so if it is about you, it is high time we got off the hook and refuse never again to sell our birthright for 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, whatever amount, because there is nothing a politician will pay you that will be equal to what benefits you and your generation can enjoy if Nigeria were to be governed by good leaders. I want you to understand that. So the Nigerian politics of 2019 is not just about Nigerian election or the usual elections, because what we know is that at this point in time, we can see beyond, read beyond our noses that there is a signal that heaven is ready to manifest the answers to Nigerian prayers, that God has answered in Nigerian prayers. So it is now for us, not to God, but for us and to us, to stand up as individuals and take our destinies to our hands. And that is why now it is possible for a lot of people to come up. We know, I know, everybody knows that whatever we get or we have gotten from APC is not the best we can ever get as a nation. Whatever PDP claim to have done in their 16 years of government is not also the best or was not the best we could have gotten from them. So if you are not a mediocre, I need you to stand up on your feet and say no, no to Buhari APC and PDP Atiku. Say no to them. Why should you say no? Number one, these two parties are the same and they are both corrupt. There are allegations of corruptions seriously against Abubakar Atiku. From the president who he worked with, Olusegun Obasanjo, and from many more others, even internationally, that even the US have to discipline Atiku's partner in crime, but he was not disciplined. So it's not within Nigeria alone and that is why a lot of people have been saying Atiku could not go to the US. Well, they told us he went to the US yesterday and he came to the US yesterday. That's why. But is that the end of it? Is that going to eradicate his corruption allegations? No. That is just a political way to prove his opponents wrong. Okay, but that is not to say that he's no more corrupt, as we all know. So he's still corrupt. And unfortunately, it's not only Atiku that is corrupt. The people in his cabinet, we have every eye to see that they are very corrupt. A lot of them, like Bukola Saraki, is very corrupt. Who does not know? Eh? So, like, we have a lot of them in that party. And the same thing goes for APC. Even when President Muhammad Buhari is trying to tell us that it's not corrupt, we know beyond every reasonable doubt that the people that are in the government that are his backbone are corrupt souls. The like of Tinubu, Korocha, though they're having a little issue with him now, or Shomole, Majimobi, all of them, who does not know about them? So why will you vote for people like this? And apart from the issue of corruption, these people are very limited in knowledge. It's not because we are trying to be abusive to them. It's just a natural thing. There's a law of diminishing returns, in economics. That as the more of something you get, the lower the satisfaction you get from it. The older these people get, the lower they can be more useful to the community, honestly speaking, because they can't really be vogue. They can't really, reason like it is currently with the people that are current with the situation or young people. They can't. Even though they wish to, they are not able, they will never be able to do it. Even the Bible tells us that the old will dream dreams, while the young will see vision. So any old man who tries to say he's going to see vision in the context of it is lying. Even at the best of Trump is what he's doing right now. He's too old. He can't govern the US How much more those who are not President Buhari, what can he do? Nothing, absolutely nothing. The same thing goes for Atiku. It's the same thing. They are both old and they want to govern a vibrant nation like us. Where would they get the brain from? They can't do it. And that is why we need to get it clear that ajá ẹ̀sìn ló mehoro ìsìn ilé. These people cannot do it the way Nigeria will be done to get the best out of Nigeria. Both Atiku and Buhari cannot do that. They lack the capacity to do it. For example, Buhari was going to introduce his governorship candidate, and he was saying, he was handing over the flag to the presidential candidate, to the senatorial candidate, to the gubernatorial. That is ridiculous. He cannot, even if he cannot accommodate just a statement, a common sentence that was said to his ear, he can't accommodate it. How much more accommodating billions of data about Nigeria? How can he do it? It's too much for him. You want to kill him? He was on the candidate on NTA platform, himself and his vice. Man, that was a public disgrace. That was a public disgrace. I don't know what they were trying to prove to Nigeria was that, the Buhari is still capable. But we have seen openly that this man, President Buhari, is too old and is morally incapable of delivering Nigeria. Because if his brain cannot process simple questions, simple information, I don't know how he can comprehend the mostly complicated nation in the black world. I don't in the black in the nations in Africa. I don't know how he can be able to do that. So let us understand that anyone who is still bent on voting for APC because of Buhari, because they think he has a pedigree to do it, is actually that vote is not for Buhari, because the Buhari that you think you are voting for is not in control. So why will you waste your vote? Or if you think you're not wasting it, why will you cast your vote for the cabals? The faceless government are the people governing. The faceless people are the people governing. It's not Buhari. So don't vote because of Buhari for APC. Please don't do it. Don't do it. And for Atiku, the same thing. That's why I said there's no difference between APC and PDP. They have the same kind of structure. See the way the government of President Muhammad Buhari is rooted in godfatherism. The same way with Atiku. As Buhari is surrounded with a lot of hooligans, with a lot of looters, with a lot of untruthful people in his cabinet, in the same way, the same exact way for, for Buhari and Atiku. The same set of people with no vision, full of deceit and lies. So what can they do when the Bible says evil communication corrupts good manners? What can they do? So that is a signal to you and I that Buhari APC, Atiku PDP is a no-no for any meaningful Nigeria. No. Don't vote for them. So that drives us to what alternative do you have or do we have? We have alternatives. Honestly speaking, we have alternatives. Our alternative is to vote for new generation, younger Nigerians that are ready, capable to do it well, better to restore Nigeria. And in that category, we have a couple of them: Sowore, Dorotoye, Mugalu, Ezekwesili. Um, I think these are about one or more two people that are Fashua. I think they are the most, to me. I think they are the most relevant, most common among them. So they are alternatives to APC and PDP. But can all these people come to power? No. And for them to defeat PDP, APC, I think, and I strongly believe that most Nigerians believe that these people have to come together. And they have to come together and present one person to do it. Otherwise, the whole voice is going to be scattered everywhere. Well, maybe that will even make it happen because I know the popularity of APC and the PDP is going down already. So they shouldn't expect to get much. Of course, they can spend money, but I believe Nigerians are wiser now to make the rightful choice. It's not going to be usual politics they used to have. But my advice for the new generation candidates is to come together and form a formidable team so that they can win resoundingly without any doubt. And to me, I believe strongly that being the first time to silence such huge parties in Nigeria that have been working against this country, we need to take, we need to present a very, very bold candidate in addition to every other good quality he or she possesses. And having looked at their profile, having watched their programs and all that, I have come to the conclusion that the best candidate for this job right now is Omoyele Sowore. And so why should you vote for Omoyele Sowore? Omoyele Sowore is very, very dynamically bold and interestingly courageous. Honestly speaking, he took it upon himself first of them all to do what none of them has done. From nowhere, he dared to become somebody going somewhere. That was a courageous, bold way of doing this. Applying, talking to Nigerians to raise funds, and within 10 months, he has raised enormously that we can imagine it possible. Okay, and internationally, this man has taken it upon himself to acquire knowledge than a lot of them. Of course, some of them might say, okay, we are very good. Like Mogalu knows about economy, like we said, I've been an economist. That's fine. But is that all we need to know about Nigeria? No. We need to know where are the hidden things, the key these wicked people are using to punish Nigeria, and how to unlock the doors that are shut against Nigeria. And all this information are with Omoyele Sowore, which was given him by the reason of investigative journalism involvement, I believe. He knows, at least if he does not know every one of them, 100% of them, he knows more than 70% of the people that are corrupt. He knows how to retrieve all the money, where the monies are. He knows how to retrieve them. So it's not just talking about, no, being an economist. And very well, for somebody to be able to manage a business of $600 that started with $600 into millions, you can know very well that he knows about economy. That's the proof, honestly speaking. Okay, so, and Omoyele Sowore is very, very independent at heart. And that is the type of persons you need as government. You don't need somebody who will be too friendly with a set of people or with some individuals or with some group or with some tribe. No. Somebody who's had an independent at heart who will be able to deliver irrespective of who feels offended in as much as it is working for the generality of the people. That's the person we want. Omoyele Sowore has that quality and is connected internationally. No, he doesn't live in the past. Some people think, oh, Ruto is good. But where are most of these people when the going was tough? And where are they when this guy came back again to rescue Nigeria? I think they will do a lot better if Omoyele Sowore and Atiku, and Duro Toye, Ezekwesili, Fashiwa will come together. They will do a lot because, wait a minute, if Omoyele Sowore comes to be the president, when it comes to be the president in 2019, he's not going to be there forever. Another person will come. It could be the turn of Ezekwesili or Durotoye or Fashua, or if we have any better candidate, then yeah, somebody else will take it up. But they will serve their reasons better, work teaming up with Omoyele Sowore than trying to do it by themselves or going up with PDP or APC because that will eventually ruin their dreams. So why not just please suspend your egos for the sake of Nigeria and work to make Nigeria great again? So lastly, there was a lady, Deton, Nojobi or whatever, that was saying some stuff about Omoyele Sowore, and we have been able to see that what she was saying was politically motivated. She's been a member of PDP, sponsored by, I mean, she's a member of PDP, and even morally, she does not have the fitness to say what she's saying. In fact, I was personally, when I heard that, I'm like, wow, let me, what is happening? Because whatever people say about people, I believe before you can come to the public to say something derogatory about a person, you should have a good point. So that was what I thought. And I wanted to know about her. And it's clear that what she said was baseless. Number one, you're talking about 600 people that were being humiliated by some people. Omale Shore did not humiliate them. And by the reason of constitution, you were supposed to report situation like that if you know it to the police. So if you did not report to the police, knowing it, it is even a criminal offense against you because you are aiding and abetting that kind of crime. And if you reported it to the police and they did do nothing, given your disposition, you're supposed to take a legal stand against it. If you didn't do it, you were also crime. You are also you have also committed a crime for almost 5 years, knowing, I mean 4 years, keeping silent on what is of public interest. And even if you this report to the police or to the court and they did do anything, you need to provide the proof that you reported it, but they didn't do anything. And if they didn't do anything, why not accuse them also instead of accusing Sowore for that? Because Sowore is not the only person that will fight or be able to fight for every Nigerian as an individual. And that is even why he is aspiring to be the head of the president and to be the president of this country, so that he will be able to take care of the nation in a full capacity than a single person could do. You should understand and praise this guy, girl. Why would you allow yourself to be sold to say unfound things? In fact, this made some of us to go to your profile on Facebook. And when I saw the way you were dressed in one of your pictures, I know definitely you lack the moral standard to do this. They should, maybe the people that sponsor you, if you were sponsored by a party, should have looked for somebody better. We saw the way you were almost naked in your picture, taking a photograph. I'm not concerned about personal affair, your personal affair, but if you want to say something is something wrong about a political figure, then you should live up to their standard, if not above their standard. So, on all Adetong, you need to keep your tongue within your mouth. You lack the moral standard to condemn Omoyele Shore because it's not even, I mean, condemnable to this your allegation. Everyone vote Omoyele Shore.